use it in the fabrication of flexible partial denture. Everything you'd like to know would be covered today, so don't miss the live next. Okay, let's begin with the PMMA discs for blocks. Huge PMMA disc is made from highly cross-linked polymers with high quality. The flexural strings of PMMA disc is over 120 megapascal. It is suitable for the efficient production of monolithic restoration using CAD/CAM technology in the lab. The color-stable material is easy to polish after milling. And our multi-layer disc has an integrated color gradient. The excellent homogeneous material quality and multi-layer technology allow lifelike and aesthetic results to be created. As you can see, the shade of the milled keys changes smoothly from the root to the cotton. It is rarely nature and you cannot perceive a visible layer. During the life, you only need $28 to get a 20 millimeters multi-layer disc. It is really a surprising price and don't miss the chance. If you don't have much aesthetic demand, there is a monolayer PMMA disc for you. Compared to the multi-layer discs, it doesn't have the shade change, but it's also with a good quality. It would be a more economical option for you. The cost for monolayer products is only $10 for a 20 millimeters disc. And I'd like to emphasize again, the multi-layer disc is $28 and the monolayer is $10. We also have all of the popular shade. The color should absolutely meet your shade demand. So this is a really precious chance. And besides the products for restorations, we also have other PMMA products. The clear disc could be used to fabricate the light guard, which could protect the teeth for the patients who grind them in sleep. It also can be used to make the implant surgical guide to help the doctor in the implant surgery. Okay, and the pink disc is used to make the denture base. You can cement the teeth on the denture base, and then you will get the full denture. And it is not the normal pink shade, but bloodshot look to simulate the natural gum. And furthermore, we also have the special full denture PMMA disc, which is designed for the full denture milling. It is a combination of the teeth and the gum. The top part is teeth shade, and you can select the shade you need. The bottom part is the pink shade. Using the product, you can mill the full denture in one step. Only need some extra coloring operations. It could save much time in manual operations for lab technicians and improve the accuracy. The price of the clear disc is $10 for 16 millimeters, and the pink disc is the same as the monolayer disc. You can think it as a special monolayer PMMA disc. And the full denture disc is a little more expensive, about $40 for 25 millimeter disc. And for the teeth parts, monolayer and the multi-layer are both available. Certainly their price will vary by $3 or $4. So you can choose the proper product according to your demands. Okay, now I'd like to introduce the huge zirconia products for you. As we all know, the zirconia is a great dental material that is strong, translucent, and biocompatible, and with many other advantages. Unlike the PMMA disc, zirconia processes are not temporary, but permanent. You don't need to change it or worry about the durability. Our products are made by high purity and nano-scale zirconium. If you work with the zirconium disc, you must know the total powder. Okay. The best zirconium material. Our premium zirconium disc is made by total powder. And you can also choose our prime zirconium disc. The material it also has good quality, and it will be a more economical option for you. Both the premium and the prime disc own good quality, amazing aesthetics, and the entire product series. So you have more alternatives with huge products. Okay, according to the flexural strings and the translucency of the zirconia disc, we take them into 5 different series. The HS, and this is HT, and AT, and MHT on the GM3D. Okay, and I will give more detailed information. The HS high strings zirconia disc is the strongest and the most stable products. The flexural strings is above 1,400 megapascal, and the translucency is 35%. Almost all of the dental structure could be made with it, but the translucency will restrict the use of it, especially the restoration or processes with much beauty demand. And for the beauty demand, we will prepare more products for you. And HT, high translucent zirconia disc, it performs better than the HS on translucency with a value of 43%. But for exchange, the flexural strength of it is 1,200 megapascal. It is the limit of the zirconia material. You cannot have both high strength and high translucency. If you want to have high translucency, to satisfy the beauty demand, you have to sacrifice on the flexural strings. But 1,200 megapascal is also a high value in dental structure. And then the AT, anterior translucent. This zirconia discs are designed for the anterior teeth restoration or processes, which you can see it from the name AT, anterior. The translucency is 49%, and the flexural strength is only 600 megapascal. The great performance on translucency make it the best material for the anterior teeth. As we will know, the anterior teeth have the highest beauty demand and the less flexural strings demand. And what I mentioned about just now are the single layer. We also have the multi-layer products, just like the PMMA. And this is MHT, multi-layer high translucent zirconia disc. It also has an integrated color gradient. The shade of the milled teeth changes smoothly from the spherical to the incisor. It is really natural, and you cannot find a visible dividing line. And the last is our GM3D products. GM means gradient multilayer. Some friends may get confused about it. What is the difference between GM and MHT? Right? I'll give the explanation. Do you remember that I said you cannot have both the high flexural strength and high translucency? That is right. But the GM products break the rule in a clever way, combining the high strength and high translucency in one disc. The secret of it is that we use the we use a stronger material for the bottom parts and more translucent material for the top parts. The cervical parts have higher strings demand, and the incisal parts should be more translucent. And it satisfies the demands for different parts. And the design of the and we make it seamless gradient in translucency, strings, and shade. And the design of the GM products make it applicable in more cell areas, even the long bridge structure, because the connecting parts, as you can see, has the high flexure strings up to 1050 megapascal, which is qualified to fabricate long bridge dental structure. And before we go into the second part, there is a point I like to see. Except the HS high strings products, pre-shade is available for the rest. Shade is really an important factor for the corneal discs, because for the PMMA disc, you can see the shade before you use it or you mill it. But for the corneal discs, you cannot get the exact shade from its appearance until sintering. As you can see, it's white now, no matter what the shade it is. But for huge, we have great batch stability, ensuring the color accuracy. So you don't worry that the shade will be different from the shade guide. If you get a disc with wrong shade and you find the problem in sintering, it is too late. You would have cost a lot of money and time on it, and the mistake will make undesirable loss for you. And our products will be the best choice for you if you want to avoid the loss due to shade mistakes. And now let's come to the next parts. Flexible disc. Flexible discs are used to fabricate the framework of removable partial dentures. I know here is an example. And I know that the metal framework is still the mainstream, and I have to admit that the flexible partial is not a blanket replacement for the metal. But flexible framework is still a good option for the patient who don't like metal chewing, or those patients who are allergic to metal. As a metal-free structure, it could provide a more comfortable feeling for the patient. Yeah, and it's a little flexible. And the translucent materials can blend well with the natural tissues. Conventionally, if you want to make a flexible partial denture, you have to create a wax replica of the filo denture, and then use a flask and inject the flexible material. But now the flexible disc gives you a new way to make the partials. You could mill the flexible framework with CAD/CAM technology, and then take the conventional steps. The benefit of it is that the flexible disc only uses the framework. You only use the framework, and so the partial would not be that fragile as a conventional flexible partials. Our flexible products are made in nylon resin with high quality and good biocompatibility. And the most important, there are few flexible disc products now. The conventional flexible products such as Velplast and the TCS, a powder and a liquid, and you have to mix them manually. But our product is mini discs, which could save a lot of time during the digital work. If you are an expert in flexible partials, it will be much easier and more effective. The price for the flexible disc is only $25. It is just a little cost compared to the price of flexible partials. So believe me and have a try, you won't regret. Okay, and then I like to have a look back for our products and emphasize the price again. And for the multi-layer PMMA disc, it is $28, and this surprising price is only for the webinar. And the multi-layered PMMA disc and the pink PMMA disc is $10. And it's for the 20 millimeters thickness. And the clear PMMA disc is also the $10, but it's for the 16 millimeters. Okay, and the full denture PMMA disc is about $40, and the exact price is according to your demand. For if you choose a multi-layer teeth shade, you need to pay more for it. Okay, and then that is the full content today, and and the live webinar is about to end. And last, let's have a look back. We have a preliminary review about our huge CAD/CAM products, and then we introduced the flexible partial denture with flexible framework. If you want to know more information about Huge and our products, you could contact us on our website. And that's all. Good night, my friends, and thanks for listening. See you.